Hello and welcome back to Haut-Beyleron. It is frosty February at the moment and I'm just coming out to get this building rubble dealt with. We haven't really got anything on, I don't think, this month. It's too frosty and a bit too cold for sewing, so we won't get any of that done, and I think there's not really much else to do field prep wise. Thank you for that, Pat. Pat the dog, everyone, making her little cameo. So yeah, this is probably going to be pretty much it for February. I'll include a bit of lapse footage, but February's going to be a bit boring, so we'll get into some more exciting stuff in March, I think. Well, as you can see, the frost has subsided somewhat. It's warmed up and it's actually turned into a really lovely rest of the month for February. I am just on my way doing some deliveries. I thought I'd just check back in. The stones and rocks have been chugging away and we have been selling the lime. So we're doing quite well on the finances now. We're also just about to come and drop off all of our greenhouse produce at the local branch of Middle. So we're just going to back in here to the loading area and watch these just disappear. You will notice I've gone back to the trailer that we had before. I found I could only get 6 pallets into the other trailer, and it just seemed like that was less efficient than this one for being able to load stuff into. So we've gone back to this one, so we can just kind of keep stacking the pallets high. So you can see the car's here, Susie's at the bakery getting going, and I think if we, yep, she's already started putting out bread. So we are baking our own bread as a farm now. Amazing. Right, I'm gonna head back to the farm. I think that's probably it for this month, and hopefully catch up in March and we'll be doing some planting of things. Well, it's an early morning in March and it's time to get some planting done. We have got sunflowers and sugar beet that need to be planted into our fields, and we've also got a contract to sow some cotton on one of the fields very close to our farm. I'm also hoping to mow and ted and bale up some hay from our grass field just over that way. But to get all that done, we're going to need a new implement, because this is our seeder. So this will do cedar crops. So this will do wheat, barley, oats, canola, soybean, grass, basically what we've planted up to now. To do sunflowers, sugar beets, cotton, we are going to need a planter. So I happened to find one on a good deal, so we are going to use the money that we've got sitting in the bank. We're sitting on 335,000 in the bank account at the moment, so we're fairly well off for ourselves. So we're going to reinvest some of that money in some new equipment. So we're going for a little bit of an upgrade on our planter. Well, for our planter. So this is currently a 3 metre seeder. because of a stonkingly good deal where there was a used machine came up in the store for 55% off. So we are only paying 62,000 for it. And as you can see, it's quite a bit bigger. So this is a 3-metre cedar. This is an 18-metre planter. But the great thing about this is it will do all of the crops. So it will do the cedar crops that this can do and the planter crops. So we don't need 2 separate machines. This will do it all at 18 metres. So we're 6 times the width that we were. The slight disadvantage is the horsepower required to pull something this big. You can imagine it's probably quite big. Now we've got 200 horsepower in the Massey that came with us from Attingham. This requires a little bit more. It's 250, 280 horsepower, I think, required. But then it's 6 times the size of this, so kind of understandable. So I've also picked up something else that came up on a really good deal. This is a McCormick tractor. It's the X8 63 VT drive. 631, sorry. It's the VT drive, and you know me and tractor sounds. It sounds amazing. We'll hear it in a minute. It's the special edition colours as well, which is just even better. All picked up used again. We've got a really good deal on that, so we've paid 97,000 for that. And we're going to supplement that a little bit because we're going to sell our Massey as well. So it's a bit of a sad day because we've had this Massey for quite a while now. But it's also very important now. I don't know, I think I've taken the wrong one off there because I want to leave the weight, because I will need the weight on the McCormick. So we will pick these up and we will get on with some planting. See what I mean about that sound? Right, let's pick this weight up. There we go. And hook on to our new planter. Now, I do have some other ideas for a little bit more spending, so hopefully after we've gone out and done some planting there will be some daylight left and we can look at how else we're going to spend this money. Right then, let's get planting. Lower this down, start her up, and on we go. So we're putting sugar beet down into this field. Sugar beet yields incredibly well, which is why I've picked the smaller field to start with. Figured it probably wasn't a fantastic idea to do a huge field that would then have to spend an awful lot of time harvesting. So that's the plan. Sugar beet goes down in here. We will then have to look at seeing either we'll have to organise a sugar mill to be built, or we'll have to see if there is one already that we can go to, and we'll take our sugar beet there and it will be made into sugar for us, which we can use at our bakery. Everything is starting to pull together I do have a meeting later on today to talk about our kind of development area and how we're developing this area, so hopefully if I bring it up there, we might be able to have some positive conversations about what we can do in order to get some stuff happening at our bakery, and see about maybe opening up a couple of other opportunities for either us or other farmers and retailers that might want to take them. Well, I've made it here with Susie's flour. As you can see, I elected to go with single stacked pallets and also take that one out of the back of the pickup truck because it didn't go well. So, unloading all of this flour here means that we will be able to get on with making some more bread. We've already got a couple of pallets of bread here, so I think we should get these to where they need to go. Let's just get this picked up and let's just stick it quickly at middle. There we go, and let's get that other one sold as well. And actually, woo! It's special flying bread, apparently. There we go. And just one of those pallets selling, we made back what it cost us to buy the flour. So, making bread is definitely the way to go. I will let Susie know that she has some flour again and can carry on making her bread. Hello, I'm just making my way back through town. I've just had a meeting about what we're going to do to carry on developing this area down here, and I think if I just pop down there and give you a little look around, that's probably going to be easier, isn't it? So obviously they are very pleased with what we've done to get things going up here. Let's just hop out of the car. So we've got a supermarket on board. We've obviously come in with Susie's bakery, and we've got 2 restaurants on board. We're kind of a little bit congested for space up here. I don't really want to take the tree out if I can help it, because I think trees are important, and I'm sure Susie will agree with me that trees are important. So, we're then looking into what we can do maybe if we came down a level. So, we're wondering about what we can do, if we can do anything down here. And maybe whether we took a small part of this field, obviously once the crop's been taken out of it, but we could maybe see about getting some of this landscaped in the meantime. Now, I mentioned the idea about getting some of the production chains going. I would quite like to get a sugar mill so that we can farm sugar beets, sugar cane, that sort of thing, and then we can produce sugar, which obviously will be of use to us in the bakery. I'm sure the locals will need sugar as well, so sugar can also be sold at the supermarket. Obviously, the region that we're in, there is quite a fondness for oil. Maybe some olive oil might be quite nice to get going, but for that we would need an oil mill. We'd also need to sort out an olive vineyard, but that might be something to come next year. But having a mill for that to go into would be useful. France is also, so I'm told, meant to be very fashionable. I'm clearly not fashionable, so I wouldn't particularly know about France and its fashion, but it might be nice to see if we can get some lines of clothes going and get some clothing lines going. Ooh. What is this? Well, as you can see, our pens have been finished. So directly in front of me we have a cow pen. This is just an open pasture. So they will just be out all the time. They won't have a barn. And this is our sheep barn and pasture. The reason for getting pasture for one and a barn for the other, cost. They both cost the same amount. So that's why we've gone that way. But this looks like a little delivery from the animal dealership, and this looks like, yep, that's our sheep in there. So let's get these guys into the pasture ASAP, and then we'll sort out some food for them, and we might see if the delivery guy's around and can go and get some cows. There we go, they're in there, quite happy, buying away because there's no hay for them to eat. So I will get this out of the way. Hopefully the guy from the dealership will show up at some point and head off to get us our cows. But I'm going to jump into JCB over here, put it right by the hay bales so that we would be ready to go. Hoping this will be enough hay to last us with the sheep and the cows, and the horses of course take hay as well. I think I'll just come to the front here, don't I? Has that taken that? Sheep barn, 4,500 litres of hay, excellent. So we've just got 10 sheep to start us off. I just thought that would be quite a nice little number to start with. Where am I going with the... oh. Okay, we can just see the driver turning up with our cows. Excellent. Where'd he go? Right. Well, I'll just drive the tractor and drop the cows off then. Delivery drivers, honestly, they do about half the job. Right. Drop these guys off. And there we go. Our cows are in. There are just the 7 of them. I'm umming and ahhing budget-wise, whether we go up to 10 or not. I don't know. I might just see how the 7 go for now, and I might get another 3 in a little while if needed. Right. Well, I'm going to leave this here. Hopefully the guy from the dealership will reappear and take those off somewhere. And I think this is a good point to end this episode. Awful lot of money has been spent. We are now back to 85,000 in the bank account. So I don't think we'll be doing much spending for a while. And I think we will end here. So thank you very much for watching. Please do jump on the like button. If you are so inclined, do share this video. And get subscribed to the channel if you're not already subscribed. But most importantly of all, have a great day.